Welcome back today. Same day, different car. So, been a crap day. I'll tell you all about it. All you gotta do is hang on. Okay, welcome back, guys and gals. YouTube Nation, it's cracking. So, bust on the Alpha. Don't have the right brake parts. So, I ordered new ones of those. Fortunately, they're not gonna be here for a couple days. So, looks like I'm riding the Harley to work for a couple days. Try to get the truck from it sitting. I don't know why. I started it a few weeks ago and it started and ran just fine. But I go to get it today to do the water pump and fuel pump died. Awesome. Great day. So I can't go to bed without being productive somehow, some way, some form, besides getting everything unpacked. I did that. Yippee-doo. So I sit here staring at some strut parts for the Camaro. So what we have here is nothing special. It is just a stag strut. I got stag shocks for the back too, and Ibach Sportline springs. Then we have the new strut cap bearing, whatever you want to call it, and then Monroe isolators. Maybe you can see that part number if it works. But that's the Monroe part number for the Camaros. This is a 93. It's a 93. It is all 94 engine, transmission, and electronics. Everything's from 94. Obviously, I have new bumpers. Fenders are up there. I did the truck light headlight conversion. I have new rotors, calipers. I'm getting a new rear end. We're going with a quick performance. And I just got the phone call that my VFN 3-inch SS cowl hood it's ready, so I can go pick that up. And this is Beatbox. If you haven't had one, they're fantastic. And unofficially, these guys are sponsoring me. They're really not. It's just good. I'm going to drink it. Actually, I have a few of them. But we're going to work on this. So, the way these go, it's pretty simple. I'll try to do this one-handed so you guys can see it. So I stand that up. Nice little isolator. Goes down right there. We're going to pull this top nut off. And I'm actually going to clean these springs up before I do it. But, so do you see that little notch right there? So that goes with the spring. And it sits down right like that. And then you need a coil spring compressor to do this part. Typically, since these are they're lowering springs, so I shouldn't need one, but we're about to find out. Hang on, I'll be right back. So it's like this, brand new. So the nuts face up, and it goes right down there like that. And I am going to need a spring compressor, so I'll have to go pick up one of those. For the love of God, guys, it's really close, but you're not going to be able to compress this. You know, some people will wrap a ratchet strap around these or vice grips or something. Don't do that. Seriously, that's how you die. A lot of times that ratchet strap or whatever you use will come loose, and next thing you know, you got a spring coming at you. I've made that mistake once, not with a car spring, I was actually working on a shock for a dirt bike, RMZ 250, and I had the rear shock explode on me. No fault of my own, but I about took the internal rod straight through my face. It actually got stuck in my ceiling way up there, and it was in the drywall about 3 inches, so would have been good night me pretty quick. So take it from me, do everything you can to be safe, especially when you're messing with these springs. They're under pretty good tension when you start to compress them. So we're going to go ahead and kind of mock this up a little bit better, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I was actually able to get it on there. Again, line up the top with the notch in the top cap, the bearing, and I was able to slide it right over. I had my kid help me push this top plate down a little bit, and I was able to start the nut and get that all put together. It's easier on these ones because the spring is much smaller than stock, so it kind of goes in there pretty quick, pretty easy. And if you're wondering, you tighten it down until you can't tighten it down anymore, really, essentially, is what it is. I'll show you. So, this one, here's the new strut. So you see that whole area? You bring that down as far as you can, in the top of the, well, the bottom of the cap, right there, will rest on that. There's really not really a torque as far as I could find. Don't want to over tighten them. Don't use an air wrench. Don't do any of that stuff. There's a chance you'll blow the seal on it. Easiest way to do it on these, I didn't have the actual size, so what I did is I put this one like that to hold it, and then I just used the open end wrench to tighten it little by little. It's the easiest way to do these ones. But now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the next one. I'm going to clean those springs up a little bit. The back ones are even easier. So right there is your spring. Right? Dirty ass. Everything's dirty. All this is getting taken care of and painted because it looks like crap. We got new panhard bar and relocation bracket and lower control arms, springs, new rear end coming in. But this one, so I have a jack holding that rear end up. Lower that jack and those springs pop right out. Super simple. You might have to undo your sway bar mount, but that's easy enough to do. We're actually going to lower this, and that's why I went with a double adjustable panhard bar, because if you don't have that, your rear end will come to, I believe it's the driver's side of the vehicle, depending on how much you lower it. That panhard bar is used to help center the rear end. So whenever you lower these, you have to take that into consideration. Otherwise, you'll have a goofy tracking vehicle, and we don't want that. So I'm going to work on this other spring, other strut, I should say, and get that taken care of. I'm not putting them in tonight. I got to do a bunch of painting. I got to finish cleaning up the underside of the car. 15 years ago, when I first put this thing together, before my friend flat blacked it while I was at work, I should say. I undercoated the bottom and the engine bay and everything, and it's starting to look pretty bad. And I don't know if you can see it, but I've painted this, and it looks a hell of a lot nicer. Granted, nobody sees it. I know it's there, and I know it looks like crap. So I'm going to do that to the whole underside of the vehicle, and everywhere that to make it look pretty. If I ever roll it over, which might happen, I don't know, who knows. But the car is actually going to get painted black cherry pearl, so I went with red suspension components minus the struts. They're kind of a charcoal. And the torque arm, subframe connectors, they're all going to be red. All of the control arms, panhard bar, they're red. And I'll go with red Brembos or something. But that's kind of where we're at with this. I gotta find a set of wheels I want yet. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. These cars are fun to work on and they're cheap. So if you have any questions, give me a call or shoot me a message anyway. Alright, thanks guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Deuces.